The owner of one of the biggest looksmaxxing websites just got leaked, and here is what the perpetrator looks like. Now, it's easy to make fun of someone who looks like this, but I have a theory that this sort of behavior is exactly what is leading to the male loneliness epidemic, and I have proof. Let me show you. I read a lot of comments on my page, and so many times I'll click on their profile and it'll be a private account with no photos and an anonymous profile picture. I've been so curious about this phenomenon that I actually asked a couple of them about it, and they all said the same thing. They're too worried what people are going to say if they do post. In high school and college, there is so much pressure to be good looking. There's so much pressure to be jacked and lean. There's so much pressure to be rich that they might as well not even try. If they post on Instagram and their photo doesn't get 250 likes or whatever arbitrary number, they feel like a failure and a loser, and they're gonna get made fun of at school tomorrow. And it is of my belief that social media and these looks-maxing people are to blame for this sort of behavior. I am all for self-improvement, don't get me wrong, but it seems like all of this looks-maxing stuff is kind of just comparing yourself to others and ranking yourself on a leaderboard. People are too scared to put themselves out there because they are too worried what others are going to say. And I'm out here just trying to do my small part in fixing this. Like, look at this. I got a fat ass cold sore on my lip. I don't give a fuck, bro. I am still filming. My value does not come from my external appearance. It comes from who I am deep down inside.
Okay, now for people to like make fun of the looks maxing guy, it's like, yeah, he probably should be doing some shit about his looks, but at the end of the day, it's like an Uno reverse card or something like that. It's like an impenetrable wall, you know? It's like a wall that you break down, and then you go to the other side and you find out like you didn't break down shit. Now you gotta break down the wall again. It's like some weird genjutsu or something. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like you make fun of him for this, but he's the owner of the looks maxing thing. The whole point of the looks maxing thing is so people can look better, so they can be made fun of less. So when you make fun of him, you're just proving his point. It's like, yeah, the looks maxing thing needs to exist because of people like you. Because like, even if he wasn't or the owner of the looks maxing thing, it's like, yeah, people would still make fun of him. It's just like he wouldn't be famous. It's like there wouldn't be really any point in posting him, but because he's the owner, if he even is, I don't even know how they found him. Like, what? Even if he is the owner or not, it's like, he just proved his point. Like, now everybody who's part of that looks maxing thing, if they're subscribing to anything, they're definitely staying in that shit, because it's like, that's what happens when you're in the wild and you look like shit. People will make fun of you, so you better get on that looks maxing thing. I can't believe people, man. It's a sad thing, because on the one side, I personally believe in looks maxing. I mean, I do everything to like improve my looks. Well, not everything, I could be doing more, but I do what I can. I will say that. I go to the gym and all that stuff. And where did my train of thought go? I do what I can, and I understand like it's important, but I feel like people take it a little too far. You know, when you start learning bone names and weird canto tilt angles and all that bullshit, I've never gone that deep. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, at some point, you gotta realize that there is more to it than just looks. Looks are important, but your mental health is just as important, because a guy who's like a 6, but who's pretty confident in himself, you know, he acts confident, all that bullshit, he's way better off than a guy who's like looks max all the way to like a 7, 8, maybe even a 9 or 10, but he's just only focused on the looks max. And like, you know, if he gets one pimple, his whole day is ruined. You know, that shit's over for him. It's like, you see what I'm saying? Your looks very key, but your mind, you're just sleeping on that. Generally, I generally feel like everyone's sleeping on that. Cause I know a guy who's like, he's kind of like fat and shit. Like, he could do a whole lot better, but man, his mind is in the gutter. Like, all he cares about is the looks. It's like, dude, the looks are good, but if this is how your mind is, if you're depressed over this shit, it's like, damn. Like, sure, I'll be depressed if I was fat too, but bro, I'll find ways around that shit. Like, I don't want to be a virgin. I'll find ways around that shit. I'll be fucking, bro. I'll find a way. Like, I refuse. I refuse to be depressed. See, that's what I'm trying to get you. Like, get your mental health in order too, because without that shit, you're like, I don't know, like a one-trick pony or some shit like that. You know, you're really walking on thin ice. So yeah, you gotta watch out for that shit.
In order to ask out 100 girls, I need to find 100 girls. Beggars can't be choosers, so I don't care what they're like as long as they're 18 and up. So what's a good place to find girls 18 and up? A college. Would you go on a date with me?
No.
Let's try that again.
I don't know you, so no.
Let's go find number 6.
Realistically, no, because I'm interested in someone else.
Is there anything I can do to convince you otherwise?
Maybe like give me like $1 million.
At this point, Sam started to lose what little confidence he had coming in. You would think that rejection gets easier the more it happens, but he just started to feel worse. To be honest, he was ready to give up.
No.
I don't really know you.
Would you go on a date with me?
I have a girlfriend.
I'm talking to someone.
I'm pretty busy. I have a boyfriend.
Boyfriend. This guy's actually my boyfriend, so. If I was single, I might be tempted, but
If you pay me enough, you can also boyfriend. I don't know you at all. I'm too emotionally attached to fictional characters. Do you want me to be really honest? You're not my type.
Они были с кислотой.
Yo, I remember watching this video like a long time ago, and it actually, I feel like it gave me some confidence to like talk to women outside, but other than that, it's like, I didn't really think much of it, but looking back, it's like, I have a little bit of a different perspective. It's not that different, but I'm looking back at it and I'm looking at the girls' responses, because I didn't think too much of it. I mean, it's not like I was going out anyway, but fuck. I mean, I don't know how many times he failed. I think he paused once in that video. I think he paused once, but even then, I don't think that ended up being a date either. So shit, like, dude, the funniest ones were the funniest ones were like the girl who said she was too emotionally attached to fictional characters. Like, just say you're not into him, dog. I mean, even if you're telling the truth, now you're just embarrassing yourself, because what the fuck? That's like some dude who's like, alright, you know, it's good looking, and he gets a girl who's into him, and then he says, I have a body pillow. I mean, what? Huh? Fuck you mean, body pillow nigga? Hey, yo. It's the same thing, man, it's the same thing. And then the one, I mean, it really doesn't matter, right? The worst she can say is no, and, well, they all said no in one way or another. So yeah, I can see how like a lot of guys can look at that and feel bad. I mean, it's pretty obvious what he's doing wrong. It's just his looks at the end of the day. Just fix that, make the exact same video, and boom, you're getting all the bitches, bro. But what I don't want to say, someone would pointed this out, which is that like all those girls are genuinely on his level. He did not go to some mall where you're definitely gonna like seeing a whole lot of hot girls, cause like that's where they'll be going, right? He was just on a college campus talking to girls who, I'm not saying they're ugly, but if we had to say like, are they hotter than him? Hell no, they're on his level. They're in his league. It's that chart where it shows like the men's attraction to women and women's attraction to men. Where it's like men, I can get a woman on their level, and a bit lower, a bit higher, right? But like with girls, they're always pointing up. Like they never like pointed directly across. Like a 4 will never be into a 4. A 4 is gonna be into like a 6 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's literally this. Man. Like, damn, not even one. Even the ones who could say, yeah, you're definitely like uglier than this dude. The only one who was into him was the dude. That's the only one who said I might be tempted if I was single. Like, dude, nah, that's fucked up, gang.
The only difference between a girl finding you
weird versus funny
is your
attractiveness.
If you go up to a bitch,
Like a bad bitch.
and you look like an absolute
Chad?
and you say, You're so hot.
What size boob are you?
She's gonna be like,
oh my god, you're so funny.
if you go up and say the same thing,
You look like a sewer rat.
and your name looks like it was,
Chester?
you're getting the fucking
Cops called on you.
and a police report filed.